Our next guest leads a state that's going through the reopening process right now. Let's welcome Maryland Governor Larry Hogan. As of Friday, the governor lifted capacity limits on dining, retail, and religious institutions. Mask mandates and distancing protocols remain in place in public places. Governor, thanks for joining us. The lead story I see is Hogan's decision to reopen surprised local officials. Was it? He blindsided a few people. The restaurant industry was pleased. I guess there were other officials or other people with stakes that were very displeased. How did what went into the decision? What went into the decision, Governor?
Well, so we have been really trying throughout the entire pandemic to find that right balance. We're obviously focused on the health side and on the health of our economy and worrying about our small businesses and putting people back to work. And so we did find that kind of middle ground, I think. We didn't lift all of the restrictions like some states did. We didn't lift the mask mandate or distancing requirements for those businesses, but we simply raised the overall capacity limits, which is helping some of our small businesses get safely back to work.
The environment is very politically charged around the country right now. You saw the backlash that Governor Abbott in Texas received in Mississippi. I didn't understand that Maryland would be the next state to go that route. We
did not go that route. Some states are not opening up any of their businesses at all and keeping everything locked down. Some have opened everything with no distancing requirements or mask mandates. I think we found the exact right sweet spot, and it's overwhelmingly popular in our state. I mean, I know there were a couple of people complaining about it. You can't make everybody happy, but Dr. Robert Redfield, the former CDC director, leads a team of epidemiologists and public health doctors that we consulted with on this. Our health metrics are better than they've been in months. We have a 3% positivity rate. We're one of the best in the country as far as case rates. Our hospitalizations are down to an all-time low. So all of the health metrics told us that it was we were able to, as long as we kept some mitigation. We're number one in America for compliance with masks. So it's one of the reasons why our health metrics are so good, and we kept that in place.
I hate labels, but you're kind of a Republican in a blue state. Did you like this? Did you like the stimulus deal? Did you like you hear a lot of Republicans saying this is awful. We're bailing out blue states. You're probably welcoming it. I'm sure you can use the help in Maryland.
Well, I sort of had a interesting position. I mean, for 8 months, I was leading the fight for the last stimulus bill when we desperately needed the help. In this case, I was the chairman of the National Governors Association then, fighting on behalf of all the governors. We had nearly unanimous support for the last bill. This one, we were pushing for a bipartisan compromise, and I talked with President Biden in the Oval Office about the need to try to reach a middle ground where he could get Republicans on board. We talked about the fact that there were way too many things, in my opinion, that were loaded onto the bill. We did need some relief. There are an awful lot of people out there hurting, and this Relief Act is going to provide some assistance to people that desperately need it. But it was also loaded up with probably about $1 trillion of extra stuff that we didn't really need, and that's why there were no Republican supporters, across the country.
You also kind of are walking the line on infrastructure. We got a pretty big bill that we've already racked up. What kind of infrastructure would you be in favor of on a federal level from the Biden administration?
So I also talked with the president about that just a couple of weeks ago and told him again, I think this is a real opportunity for us to find bipartisan consensus. It's what Republicans and Democrats have said for years needs to be a top priority. We don't agree on every possible solution, and I haven't seen what their bill is going to look like exactly, but the governors did unanimously submit a report to Congress and to the White House. I've talked with Secretary Buttigieg about it, talked briefly with the president and vice president about it. We've informed leaders of Congress, but it's a balanced approach. We got the input of Republican and Democratic governors, folks from government at all levels and from the private sector. We're encouraging the use of P3s. We're building the largest public-private partnership on a transit project in North America, the Purple Line outside of Washington. And we're also, with private sector investment, doing the biggest traffic relief program in the country with fixing the Capitol Beltway and the American Legion Bridge that connects Maryland and Virginia across the Potomac River.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.